Okay, so we are recording now. Let's go. My oh my, I have not made a video in a while. All right, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know, it's been like, oh my God, it's been a long time, and you guys have barely even seen this car. I think the last video I made, it was over this car, but I didn't even go into depth or detail or anything really. This video is gonna be covering mainly why I haven't uploaded literally since the middle of August, and I'm currently filming this on Christmas Eve. So this video is not just gonna be a hodgepodge mess of why I haven't been uploading. I'm also gonna be covering a few things over this 2014 Audi A4 SLine with the 6-speed manual. A few things I'm not a fan of, right? And then I'm gonna do a few things that I am a fan of with this car. I mean, the main reason why I haven't uploaded at all is simply because I have moved out. I'm no longer at home anymore. Back where I made all the videos, apart from the shop, I still work there. I'm with my dad, but I live half an hour away now. It's kind of just been a process of getting used to being moved out. I mean, I finished college a little over a year ago as of right now, and I don't know, 2025 has just been a process of not only getting used to working full-time, but you know, moving out, being on my own, even though I live with friends still, but it's just the point, you know, having responsibilities, having this, having that, getting used to your new, I don't know, habits and lifestyle. The making videos has kind of been on the back burner for a while here, and I did move out in August, and that's around the time I stopped recording videos. And it is Christmas Eve, so there's people everywhere. And it's really freaking bright. I can't see nothing. But yeah, it's just been a process mainly of that. And I know if some of you guys have been here since the beginning of the channel, I genuinely do find that amazing. I am eternally grateful for that, and I think it's awesome if you've been here since the beginning. I've enjoyed making videos on this channel for the entire time that I've been on there. We've covered so many different cars. I mean, like, over the course of the entire channel, I was in high school, I graduated high school, then I went to college, then I graduated college, all in the time of making these videos for you guys. And I think that is awesome because it captures a very transitional point in my life, and I'm so happy I got to document that, on top of the fact me just enjoying making the videos by themselves. So again, I'm eternally grateful for you guys. Always am, always will be. Now that that part's out of the way, let's go over a few things about my 2014 Audi 6-speed manual that you guys have only seen one time, and I've barely covered anything over, and I think it's about time that I do. This is going to be just a few things here and there that I'm not really too big of a fan of on this car. Now, I have had another Audi A4. I had the station wagon. You guys might remember that one. It was a black car before the Avalanche I had previously here, and I loved that car, apart from the fact that it was an automatic and it had the tan interior. As you can see, this is a manual and it has black interior, so already way better. It's not a wagon, and that's a real bummer, but you can't get manual station wagons of the A4 Audis in the States. It's the exact same car as my wagon. It still has the 2-liter turbo, which, you know, every engine has their problems. This thing is no slouch to that. So first and foremost, I just want to say this. I bought this car with 145,000 miles on it, I think. And, you know, it's in pretty good shape. It's not rusty, yada, yada, yada. But when I bought it, the day after I bought it, I think I told you guys this in the previous video with this car, the throwout bearing was going out. It was rattling. I didn't hear it the day I was buying it. Conveniently, I heard it the day after I bought it, and we had to drop the entire transmission, and it was a process to fix. I kid you not, I believe $70-ish throwout bearing. Yeah, it it was a pain in the butt. And then I did brakes on it and, you know, just regular maintenance stuff besides that. But I pulled the transmission apart, do the throwout bearing, I put it in, it was quiet, it sounds good. My only pet peeve, and I think it's just a thing with these cars, these manuals are not a driver's oriented manual, if you want to call it that, like an experienced drive. I'll be honest, it's kind of sloppy, it's kind of clunky, it's not very satisfying. It's not a very satisfying feel with the clutch and literally just the gates of the shifter and everything. It's not a very satisfying feeling. Is it better than an automatic? Of course it is. Hands down, every single time. It always is. Automatics are just kind of boring in my opinion. So yes, this is better than an automatic, but is it like, oh my God, I love this thing, I love the feel of it, I love when you shift it? No, it is not. This thing is, I mean, it's not clunky, like shitty, but it's not the most enjoyable experience. And simultaneously on top of that, I think there are multiple videos online that suggest the exact same thing about people talking about these manuals in particular. They're just not the most enjoyable manual. Like the 4th gen Firebird that we had on the channel a few years back, that was, you know, it was a lot tighter, it was a lot more, like, I guess you can kind of say ratchety. It was a lot more satisfying of a manual. Plus the car had more power. You have to remember this car is 4-cylinder, it makes pretty much 0 power, so that does influence this and also influences the clutch feel. It is easier to drive a manual with a V8 in front of it than a manual with a 4-cylinder in front of it, simply due to torque by itself. And that just adds to the equation on it's just kind of sloppy in general. The whole aspect of this manual is not like a extremely fun manual to drive. It's a manual. That's what it is. That's pretty much all it is. That is by far my #1 biggest pet peeve. I think the second one is, and it's very common on any of these Audis, the turbo problems. This thing's turbo is shot. That's why that check engine light's on. It has an underboost code because pretty much the wastegate is just shot. It's not sealing under boost pressure anymore, and pretty much whenever I get into boost on this car, it dumps oil out the exhaust. It literally goes, and I have a little like oil level indicator on the infotainment system right here, and you can see that guy right there. That bar right there goes, what in the tarnation is going on here, dude? Oh my goodness, what in the hell's going on, dude? Still hands down better than an automatic ever could be, and I will stick to that. Almost any manual goes with that. Like I said, I had to do brakes on it. Rust wise, this car is not as clean as my wagon was, and rightfully so. My wagon came from California. This thing, I think, was in the Northwest or the Midwest its entire life, so understandably it's not as clean. It's not rusty, but it's not as clean. Overall, I really do like the car. I mean, it's enjoyable, it's good on gas, and it's not knocking like my previous truck was. You guys remember that Avalanche? It was not good. It had lifter tick up until it built oil pressure, and then there was like a very, very, very faint knocking from the bottom end. And I mean, it's an LS, so it would probably hold up for literally 100,000 plus miles past that point just because it's an LS. But the fact that I was moving out, I gotta drive an hour trip every single day at the bare minimum to work and back now that I live away from home, and it was just not a smart decision to keep not only a truck that I lost my ass on when it comes to money, but the fact that the engine was probably not in the best condition, and the lifters are probably gonna go out, and this is my daily driver, and the Monte Carlo is away for storage, so I can't afford to drive it in this shit. And there was a lot of factors, and I was just like, no, I am not tying myself in any way, shape, or form to this truck. It's dead to me. I'm done with it. The reason I bought it is because I had a red 03 Avalanche before that one, and I wanted to relive that portion of my life, and I realized very quickly that it's okay if you do that, but pay attention to what truck you buy or what vehicle you buy if you want to relive that portion of your life. And even if you do that, it will not be the same. You will never be able to relive that portion of your life in the way you're thinking you might be able to. It's just not gonna happen because there's more factors than just the vehicle. It's probably like what you did in the truck, like what you were doing in that part of your life in that vehicle. Like for me, I had it in high school, so everything tied to high school was also tied to that truck, and that's why I missed it so much. And I sold that truck because I was going off to college. Like last year, I was like, I'm done with college, I want one of those back. And I kind of bought it on a whim. I sold my black Audi wagon for that truck, and it bent me over pretty much. So yeah, it was not a good thing. I had the truck for 6 months, and 3.5 out of those 6 months I had it for sale, sitting there parked in front of my dad's shop waiting for somebody to come buy it. And the other 3 of those months was spent literally fixing and dumping money into this truck, and it just keep having more problems. I replaced literally every accessory on that front of that engine. I replaced the battery, I had to do wheels and tires. It was kind of rusty, so I had to coat it. I did the exhaust, I did the headlights, the Auxito video. That was awesome. That was our first sponsorship, and I thank those guys for that a lot. That was really cool. We did, just not on the best vehicle. But hey, you know, we learn from stuff, we move on. Now we have this car, now we're gonna be doing stuff to this car. So anyways, I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time because I am just yapping. I'm professional at that, if you guys have been around the channel long enough. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Merry Christmas to everybody, and Happy New Year, because I'm probably not going to make a video before the New Year's here, but let's hope 2026 is a good year for everybody and this channel as well. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming over the channel, and I will see all you guys in the next one.